A winner is just a loser who tried one more time. George M. Moore Jr. My friends, just keep trying. You never know what's going to put you over the top, and you can do this 10 to 15 minutes a day. That is all we ask. And as a little weekend gift to you, I'm going to send out at the end of this video all 4 of our latest training videos on the average true range, the always succeeding video, the golden ticket, and gosh, there's a 4th one there. They're the last 4 I've done. They are the best content I think I've ever put out. Now, before this, it was the Heikin-Ashi candlestick training. It was the inverse funds, how to make money when markets crash. Those were the top ones. These are going to the top. I guarantee you. They are the best I've ever done. They will explain this new method of using the STC as our indicator, along with the 200 period EMA on our charts, and what our thoughts are. Also the success formula that we use down here at the bottom. All the things that we are doing now. You will understand it if you will take those 4 trainings over the weekend. And they're only a few minutes a piece, and you will find them invaluable. I just encourage you to watch them, save them, listen to them, savor them, take notes, understand what we're talking about, and I think it'll help you knock it out of the park in your practice trading. Now let's talk about what's going on in the markets today. I'm doing this a little early. I'm in the UK. I'm down here in London, right near Fleet Street and everything, and having a great stay, but I'll tell you where the markets are. Stocks are just a little bit up. Bonds are down. Gold is up a little bit. Bitcoin is down a little bit, and it's subject to change before the end of the day. It is 6 in the evening here. It is 1 p.m. there, and I'll go over this, and again, I think it'll help you out a great deal. Let's look at what's going on the S&P. We see that things are down in the morning, a little up in the afternoon. Right now it's showing me that things are about break even. It was just negative. It's a little above that right now. But again, we had that we had the half day that had gone up for a day basically, and then rotated back over going down. Keeping in mind that we were a negative 15 before the green, so that went to a negative 14 on our success multiplier formula. Now we're back down to a 15. So we had a jumping in point at the end of the day, and we'll see how things range on that as we go forward. Of course, our 2-day still trundling down quite strongly. Our weekly, and it's passing through. It had already passed through once, popped up a little bit, and now it's passed through again. The 200 EMA on that 2-day chart. Weekly is still above its 200 EMA, but it is heading down quite strongly also. So again, lots and lots of downward bullish pressure on the bearish pressure on the market. Keep those animals straight. The bears are down, the bulls are up. So lots of bearish pressure on the market. Well, let's go on now to the Nasdaq 100. What do we see it? Of course, it also had gone up for a day and then crossed over going, well, let's see, it had gone up actually for, yes, a day, and then it slowed down at the end of the day and then started, well, let's see here. It popped over going up and then popped over going down at the end of the day. That would have been on the 5th. And again, down in the morning and then recovering a little bit in the afternoon. Right now, it's rotated now. Both the S&P and the Nasdaq are down 0.25% now. So we'll see how things, but again, just note that we have downward pressure still on that half-day chart, still quite strongly down. On the 2-day chart, it well blew through the 200 EMA on the 2-day. And the weekly, it's heading down toward it. And again, just lots of strong downward momentum. But this latest pull up gave you an opportunity to jump into a resumed down move in the Nasdaq 100. Lots and lots of bearish pressure. Now, what do we see on 20-year bonds? Well, as we look at them, you guys remember we jumped into a potential down, well, we jumped into a down trade on them. Of course, as we talked about, you can either do puts, and if you're a Patreon supporter, you get that put training and the call training in something called Options Made Simple, the Charting Wealth Way. That comes with all of our memberships, and we will continue to track that. We're heading down toward a 4.52% win. We'll see if we hit it, but things are going in the right direction. And of course, we've been in the red since we jumped into that back on May the 2nd. Things just continue to move down. We look at the half day, go from the half day to the 2-day chart. What do we see there? Of course, we can see, again, lots of downward movement heading toward a completion of that short trade. And we look at the weekly chart, and again, just lots and lots of downward pressure on bonds. If we scan up, we have to go way up to find the 200 EMA. So bonds have been tracking down for quite a while, and shorting them has been good business. Now, let's move from bonds, go back to that half-day chart, take a look at gold. Gold is up a little bit for the day. You guys know how much I love gold, and I'm just hoping gold will take off with a little bit of fire. We did see it cross over, moving up. Now, again, we didn't have a lot going for us because gold was totally negative. It was a zero as far as being above the 200 EMA on the half-day chart, which of course means a negative 15 when you're below. It did pop up, then pop down, and then popped up again, is trying to push through. Doesn't have a lot going with it. Why? Because when we look at the 2-day, you can see it's still quite negative. Look at the weekly. It is also negative. In fact, it just reversed over last week. So lots of bearish downward pressure on gold. So we'll keep an eye on things there. Hopefully gold will be turning around. Maybe this is the start of it as it tries to push through that 200 EMA. Hasn't done it yet. Now, let's move on to what's going on with Bitcoin. When we take a look at Bitcoin, we can see down in the morning, recovering a little bit in the afternoon, down so far for the day 0.23%. Of course, we have that red STC heading down. We look at the 2-day. Where is it? Of course, we're at a negative 15 on the success multiplier formula, so it's negative, as is the weekly. So again, lots and lots of downward pressure. I will be releasing the charting crypto training today that we put out earlier in the week for our Patreon supporters. That'll be going out for everyone. But again, lots of negative, bearish pressure on our cryptocurrency. So we'll continue to watch and see. Again, our job is to track these, whether they're commodities like gold, whether they're bonds, whether they're stocks, whether it's cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. Our job is to track it every day and let the charts lead us to do the right things. I'm putting out all 4 of those trainings for you today. Please spend a little time on Sunday going through those, getting yourself educated in the craft. We so appreciate you being with us. I'll be heading back to the States, God willing, on Sunday. I'll be back with you, of course, in the States on Monday, if everything goes according to plan. So appreciate you being with us. God bless. All the best from Charting Wealth.